everyone. Good afternoon to you guys. So my name is Euler Trader, and this is the second video in our basic educational course. So here, what we're going to talk about is how to determine support, resistance levels, BOS, cBOS, break of structure, and confirmation of break of structure. And yeah, so I'm basically a trader in one of the trader communities. We decided to launch this educational course. We already have a community group of traders trading with us. And we just realized that, back when we started 5 years ago, there was a lot of material online, and it's all kind of not structured. So there's just a lot of information. There's a lot of useless information, misleading information. So we would like to just create some course which would act as a structured guidance for the beginners. Anyway, let's get to it. So when we are entering any kind of trade, what we need to keep in mind is the structure. So we would be looking at the structure of the market. So we will typically have the uptrend. So this is when the trend goes up, essentially. Let me just use the pen here. So we would basically have the uptrend, and then the downtrend with the same logic. So again, don't overcomplicate it. So I'm going to do a video for every single topic. So this is just going to be maybe simple for you, but still go over it to understand. So an uptrend is essentially a series of higher highs and lower lows. So here what you see is higher highs and lower lows. And the downtrend is essentially a series of lower lows and lower highs. So how many highs and lows you need? So this is typically not something important. So you would look at maybe, realistically, you would look at like a 2, 3 to start some kind of a trend. But then like when you see the tendencies like 2, 3, like it's enough already for you to start. It's enough for you to understand where the price is going. So obviously, if we are in the uptrend, we would be looking at the trade for the buy, and then if we are in the downtrend, we are looking generally for the trade to sell. So that's for you in general. Again, a structure can be formed over a certain period of time, but it will never last forever. So sooner or later, there will be a moment of breakdown. So you can't wait for 10 confirmations. This doesn't exist already on any market. You will see the structure on any kind of time frame. You will see the structure staying there for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 highs, 7 highs, something like that. So that's already for you enough to understand. So when you see the confirmation, just go. Again, the structure can be formed over a certain period of time. And again, sooner or later, the break of structure will come. So this is what we would call break of structure. So for example, if what we have here is, so if we have here repeating higher highs and lower lows and higher lows, so then eventually we have a low which have been broken. So if you look here, so if you look here, this black line here, this black line, this essentially, it would act as a break of structure. Let's see, we would call it BOS. Okay, and then this is where we would essentially see the trend reversing. So when basically BOS, break of structure, is the situation on the market when the price is unable to go higher than the previous high or lower than the previous low. So that's how we get the break of structure. Every following confirmation of structure, that's when we have a so-called cBOS. So just to pick a different color. So this, every confirmation. So we are not changing the structure already, but that would be essentially cBOS. cBOS and the cBOS here as well. And that's when we have the confirmations. So in example, when we could see the point in opening long positions, but after essentially the break of structure, here we would be looking for the position to short. And essentially, in the moment when the price is unable to continue the trade, we will have another cBOS. So that's as simple as that. And then essentially what you would have is, that's how you would have your levels formed. So if you would have here and then here, you would have the so-called level within which the price is fluctuating. So that's also, so all these things would be helping you to understand. Let's get on the graph. So let's say here, on the graph, we would see the key positions. So that's where we would have, as you can see, continuously, we would have higher highs and higher lows. So we can clearly see the uptrend, upward going structure. And then we basically see here what we would call the break of structure by the time when the price cannot continue the trend anymore. You see? So here we would have our break of structure. Here. And then all the further confirmations of this, so this would be confirmation of break of structure. So every time when we see a lower low and lower high, that will be further confirmation of our structure. which will serve us for the understanding of our current trend. So here, this is where I have my cBOS, cBOS, cBOS. So that's the structure of the graph. All right. So, all right. Again, guys, like on these videos, like I just always recommend you take some notes and then go to the graph. Typically, go to the trading view or any broker of your preference, and just see the examples for yourself to make sure you familiarize yourself. So it's always even after you see these videos, what you will need is you need certain hours of seeing it on the graph. I recommend just open the graph, open the trading view, and see the whatever euro dollar, for example, or some kind of asset you want to trade. Anyways, thank you for this video. We will see you in the next video about all the strategies, we use, and about the market trends. Thank you very much, guys. Again, if you like the video, please subscribe, put likes. This will help. And as always, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, ask your questions below. You can send a DM in Instagram or in TikTok or in the community. If you want, you can join the Telegram community, ask questions there. So always welcome. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.